In as much as we all want to have digital assets or cryptos in our wallets, one thing is to know exactly what we are holding in our wallet or what we want to do with what we are holding. And it is a very good thing to have digital asset, and that is why this channel is created, and we have the followings and continue to learn more about digital asset and crypto. In my last video, I did promise that I want to show my community what I've personally resolved and how I want to waltz my way into becoming a millionaire through Pi Network. Pi Network has become a household name, and we have come to love this network, and the community or people who are engaging in Pi Network, either mining or investing in Pi Network, is growing in the millions. What does that tell us? It tells us that there's a massive potential in this network, as we're going to display and show us from live statistics what Pi Network could be in the next future. To prepare for this future is now, and that is why what I have studied in the past months of Pi Network launching is what I will want to implement and see what that leads me, say 5 years from now or 10 years from now. And I'm very confident that though I'm having a lofty ambition of making $1 million, maybe in dollars, but definitely I have made millions in my local currency, the Naira. So what should be the next target for me? I dare and boldly say that why can't I make $1 million through Pi Network? And that is what I am trying to see if I could make that mark. Bookmark this video and see what that leads us in the next 10 years or maybe 5 years, who knows. But we're going to look at some life statistics to see if that is possible. But the secret is, what exactly am I going to do to get to that? Well, welcome to Crypto Talk, where we talk everything crypto, and here we take a deep dive into analysis and look at market trends and look at what the ecosystem of Pi Network really is, and we try to be balanced in our views. However, this is a channel where everybody is a member and everybody has one or two things to say. You should always leave your thoughts in the comment section, and if this is your first time of coming across this channel, you are most welcome. And for all our returning subscribers, you are the darling of this channel. Please do not go away without helping us to rank in the YouTube algorithm by liking this video, share this video, and if you have not yet subscribed, smash that subscribe button and become our subscriber. And also try to say hi to one of us in this channel in the comment section, or lend us to 50-cent contribution so that the Crypto Talk continues in the comment section. To unveil my secret of becoming a millionaire through Pi Network, and definitely millionaire in dollars, is to say that I'm going to do something to increase my Pi holding. And in the last few months of Pi release, I have taken time to trade Pi extensively, and I've made a lot of fortune, so to speak, though I've made losses. However, the good news is that critical looking at how the trend of Pi Network is, I've made more gains than losses, and that has helped me so much. So now I am saying that let me take a break from taking profit from Pi Network now that the market value is low. This is the time to prepare after looking at real statistics and see how the first 50 coins of all time in the CoinMarketCap chart is. I come to realize that I don't need to be taking out profit, even though if I'm making more than what I've mined. This is a time for me to keep storing up and hodl my Pi coin. And I look at it, perhaps if I do that successfully and I keep piling up my Pi holdings, I may wake up one day and become a millionaire in dollars. So the secret, how am I really achieving this? Well, I'm going to tell us exactly how I'm achieving this by increasing my Pi holdings and waiting for the time when the price is going to explode. Now you want to listen to me carefully to see how I am implementing my strategy. So if it's something that you want to copy, then add to your own strategies, then you will understand what exactly we are talking about. To increase your Pi asset or holdings, you can achieve this in two ways: by bringing external fund and invest in it. And that is, if you have done your research and you are sure that this is something that worth risking, this is something that worth investing on, then you can do that. I am not giving any financial advice in this video. I am only saying exactly what my conviction, what I have resolved to do. So this is not a financial advice. Please, if you want to invest in anything crypto is a very volatile arena of business, so you need to do your research thoroughly and be convinced. Also, seek financial advice, read widely, and understudy any coins you're going to invest in. So that part of the way, let's get started. When you look at the price chart of Pi Network, you discover that over a period of, say, 1 week or 1 month, you discover that the margin between the high and low is very small and is usually within the range of $0.2 and something like that, or $0.5 at most. And that is to say that the baseline is always at 0.4. Most time the value it hits before rushing back up is 42 cents. Before shooting this video, Pi Network has dropped to 42 cents before quickly rushing back to 44 and 45 cents. So you discover that over a period of 1 week or even a period of day, sometimes you can record 43 cents and upward of 47 cents. So when you look at the margin between these two figures, you discover that you have a range of 0.05 as the difference in every 24-hour cycle. After taking a very good study of the market trend for the day, I make an informed decision, especially if there is no new updates on the Pi Network ecosystem. The likelihood of the price jumping very high is very slim. So what I do is that I may take a limit order by presetting my sell off points to something like 47 cents, or sometimes I sell at 54 cents or 53 cents. So if I preset all my Pi coin to be sold at 55 cents and it reaches that amount for the day, I will have my money in USDT, then move on downward again to preset a buying back at 43 cents or 44 cents. And when that happens, says I sell at 57 cents and I have to buy at 43 cents. The difference is 0.01 cents, right, or dollars. Now, if you multiply $0.01 by the number of Pi coin I have sold for the day, if I have sold 1,000, then your guess is as good as mine. The profit I made from that sale is what I will buy at the lower region. So by continuously doing that meticulously and carefully, what will happen over the time? I discovered that sometimes with just about 300 Pi, I have over time increased the number to about 700 Pi. And if I continue, if I have time, and I'm not consistent in doing all of this, but if I am to be consistent, just as I've resolved now, what I would do is that before you know it, I will just target 1,000 Pi. And before you know it, I may be fortunate enough to hit that 1,000 Pi mark. So those are my strategies for increasing my Pi coin. But all of these are not just as simple as I've explained. There are some risks to be considered. But what are my strategies to mitigate against this risk? So let us discuss that very quickly. Day trading is very tricky and you can run losses, even losing a significant portion of your assets. So how do you do to escape this negative side of day trading? First is to be very patient. It's not to be shaken out of your trading very quickly. Fear of the unknown and fear of uncertainty, all of these FOMO and fraud should not be things that you should contend with. Just understand that with Pi Network, this is mostly the high point and this is mostly the low point. There are sometimes you may sell off your Pi coin and the prices go beyond what you have sold. At that point, if you get into the trade, you are going to make loss straight ahead. Don't panic, just hold on. That is the time for you to relax. over the period of 3 days, 5 days, or 1 week, you will discover that this price that have rose above what you are supposed to buy to make profit will go below it. Then you can get into the market and buy. So the biggest strength that you are going to have is to be patient and wait until the price stabilizes for you. The secret here is that when you are on this part of the trading and you are specifically targeting to increase your buy holding, whenever you are buying at low region, you should make sure that profit comes from it. And each time you are selling high, make sure that you are making profit. Whenever you are either buying or selling and there is no profit, don't go to the market, just hold on. The market is going to be favorable to you if you hold on. It might just be 1 week, but it's going to definitely come. So that is a trick. And another thing you can do also to mitigate against loss is that though the quantity of what you sell and buy determines the profit you make, however, don't be too greedy by using all your capitals and profit at the same time in the trade. You can, from time to time, take some portion of your profit and send them to your native buy wallet if that your wallet is safe and not compromised. So over time, you may have discovered that you have saved more than the capital of what you have on the exchange. And when that happens, then you are now on the right path to making success or true, because the capital that you brought into the exchange have been transferred back to your native wallet. So whatever you have on the exchange at that point is profit. So at every given point, it is profit you are making. In that way, you would have mitigated against any sudden unforeseen changes that may come that may cause you a grievous loss. If you want to know how to trade, I have this video and you can check it out. This video is a simple demonstration of how you can do trading, and you can also hit me up and we can guide ourselves through. So if you have the mindset of implementing such strategy, why don't you do that? Instead of having your Picoin seated, locked up in the wallet, you can, try something out and see how it goes. So these are my personal means of changing my fortune by day trading and increasing my Pi holdings. I know somebody might be thinking it is not as easy as you said, but let me show you some real life statistics that makes it worthwhile if you hold any coin, knowing that Picoin is among the first 50 coins in the world. Now, when we go through trend of about 5 coins and we see what happens, their all-time high or all-time low, within time frame that this all-time high and all-time low were achieved, you will come to say that the best decision that you can do as at now, and it should be now, is to continue to acquire Picoin, because this is a time that the price is at its all-time low. Now let us look at Bitcoin statistics and learn something from there. On Bitcoin statistics, you see that on July 14, by the way, July 14 is always a significant and very important date on the Bitcoin history. So on July 14, 2010, Bitcoin was at its all-time low of $0.0486. But history repeated itself on same July 14, 2025, when Bitcoin hit $123,091.61. That was the all-time high just few days ago. What is the lesson here? The lesson here is that just within 15 years, Bitcoin has increased 189,091,496% in 15 years. This could be history of Bitcoin in the nearest future. So if you are buying it low today, what is going to be of it in the next 5 years, 10 years, 50 years? Now let's look at Ethereum. Over the period of some time, Ethereum have gained significant increase, though its all-time low is at October 21, 2015, when it sold at $0.4208. But In 2021, November 16 to be precise, Ethereum hit its all-time high of $4,891.7. 2015 to 2021, that is a period of 6 years. So within the period of 6 years, the growth of Ethereum witnessed 107,487% increase. On July 7, 2013, XRP actually was at its all-time low of 0.002802. Fast forward to June 4, 2018, XRP was sold at $3.814. That is an increment of about 49,328%. BNB on August 1st, 2017 was at its all-time low of $0.0961. When you fast forward to December 14, 2024, after 7 years, Binance hits an all-time high of $793.35. That is very impressive, right? And the growth rate has experienced 593,955% growth over the period of 5 years. Now let us also look at Solana. Solana statistics, which has its all-time low at 11th May 2020 at $0.5051. But fast forward to just this year, January 19, 2025, Solana rose to $294.33, a growth upward of 73,080%. Whatever coin you are holding now, give it some time and you will see what comes of it. So what better time is there to accumulate Bitcoin? Well, watch out for more of my videos as I'm going to talk about this ecosystem, and I'm going to talk about more juicy things that are going to put us on a better path to understand the power of Web3 and crypto. If you find this video very insightful and educative, please do let us know by liking this video, share it so that other pioneers can get access to this information. Also, find this channel. If you have not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please smash that subscribe button. And it is also open for all of us to join to become member of this channel. I want to see all of you there. I hope to see you again in the next video. Bye bye for now.